Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily news television show, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company VividIQ has certified the Queer News Tonight YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ streaming news show. Our Queer News stories have reached over 11 million views. We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida.
We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our rainbow family. There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
It is Monday, January 19th. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we will be telling this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ evening news show.
Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model as PBS and NPR, but created for the LGBTQ community. Our nonprofit mission is to support the 11 pillars of our community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our diverse community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network. In 2026, our magazine is celebrating 41 years of the LGBTQ experience, and Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 11,000 LGBTQ television stories. We present South Florida's major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pride Fete. Our magazine, events, television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
In 2026, more than 100 community leaders will sit at this table and share their voice as our anchors. Together, we host this show to support the LGBTQ community. Let's meet this evening's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome anchor Chuck King. Chuck, born in Milwaukee and a Wilton Manors resident since 2018, co-owns and manages Eagle Wilton Manors. He produces Florida Leather Week, Bears, Bikers, and Mayhem, and other LGBTQ plus events. A longtime community leader, he co-founded 2 nonprofits and was named to the 2024 Top 50 Out and Proud list. Chuck, Lauderdale Tropical Bear Week is coming up, I heard. Tell us what's happening out.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Join us on March 31st to April 5th for 6 days of parties, bears, beaches, and more. Join the Bear Village, swim in the Bear Soup at 3 different pool parties, dance at parties in different venues around town, and much, much more. There will be 10 amazing guest DJs, 7 events that are new this year, and thousands of bears at the annual event. Do not miss, drumroll, Horse Meat Disco as they make their debut in Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors. Find out more and get tickets at LauderdaleTropicalBear.com.
So I love this. So tell me, what is this Horse Meat Disco? What is that?
Well, Horse Meat Disco is probably the most successful gay dance party around the world. It's a traveling event. So it hits a lot of big cities internationally and many of them in the United States. So we're super lucky to have them. And we also have our one of the original DJs, Sarah Vino, will be performing. Yes. So we're really excited about that.
So this is a debut for Horse Meat.
Yes,
right?
in Fort Lauderdale.
Pretty awesome. And so is this experience, this Bears, the Bears Week, is this something new? Is this something that's been going on for a few years?
This is our 6th year, actually. So we're growing and we're expanding. We have 2 new host hotels this year. The new one is Sonesta Hotel on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Yep. Beautiful hotel.
Wow.
In fact, we have a VIP gold pass reception on the first day up on the very top, which overlooks the entire ocean. It's beautiful views. But yeah, we have all kinds kinds of great new events
Right.
that we keep changing, and so that so when you come, you can't possibly do everything, and then you want to come back for more.
So there's a lot of venues, there's a lot of things happening in town. So what do you think about some of the queer dollars generated in the city from this event?
Well, I don't know the exact number, but it's quite a few millions of dollars for
Sheesh, I love
Broward
it.
County. So it's a great event. It's 6
Good.
days long, and come out and join us. You don't even have to be a bear. You can just be a member of the gay community or a supporter.
I can't stop thinking about bear soup, and I'm a vegetarian.
I love it. Listen, Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you all at Lauderdale Tropical Bear Week starting March 31st. Let's welcome anchor Gregg Shapiro, an inductee into the Chicago LGBT Hall of Fame. Gregg is an entertainment journalist whose celebrity interviews and reviews run in a variety of regional LGBTQ publications and websites. Welcome to the table, Gregg.
I'm so happy to be at the table with y'all. I just wish it was a little warmer outside. I know I have no right to complain.
Is that why you have a beanie on?
It's cold in other parts of the country. It's not supposed to be cold here, so.
So, Gregg, what's cooking on your laptop for 2026?
Oh
What are you
my
writing?
gosh, I'm working on setting up readings for my new book, which comes out in February.
Yay!
And just doing my usual, journalism.
Do you have a title for your book?
The book is called Speaking in Italics.
And do you have any idea of where it might be distributed?
Oh yes, you can get it via the website, which is souvenirspoonbooks.com. You could probably get it in your favorite local indie bookseller. I would recommend that. Go with those indie booksellers for sure.
What's it about? A little synopsis.
It's just it's the fifth in a series of poetry collections from the
cool. Oh, I
same
like that.
press. So
Love that queer poetry. Who doesn't love that? Listen, Gregg, we really appreciate you being here this evening.
And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, Kevin Lee. He's a 3-time #1 best-selling author, transformational speaker, and intuitive life coach. This native Texan is on a mission to help you find life purpose, spiritual fulfillment, and true happiness. Kevin Lee, welcome to the show.
Absolutely pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Chuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know that I'm delighted to be sitting next to you for the first time. It's my first time to be here, so I appreciate you speaking with me. But also, I know that you've hosted a lot of events in the area. I'm going to be hosting actually one of my local events live. It's called Messages from Heaven. It'll be this coming Friday in Pompano, Florida, which is just our little neighbor city to the north of us here in Fort Lauderdale. And this will be at one of the local venues that is very gay friendly, very gay supportive. It's called the Soulful Steep. It's a coffee shop, and I absolutely love this place. Have you guys ever been to the Soulful Steep?
No.
It is, well, you guys know I'm from Texas, so I'm from Austin. It is Austin, weird, quirky. I love it. It is bizarre,
Austin.
hippy dippy. And they host tons of events. They're a busy little coffee shop. They have an event every night, sometimes 2 events. They have a piano in the back. They have a salt cave. Everything is local sourced. It's vegan. It's organic, and everything is literally homemade, from the arts and crafts to the food.
Very cool.
And very impressive coffee shop.
and they host events.
Yeah, they do
readings
tons
and
of
stuff.
events. So they do a lot of, they even have an in-house DJ that pops in for a couple of times a month. So they're very quirky. So I highly recommend you check them out.
So what is a salt cave?
Salt cave. Oh, good question. For the virgin salt caver. So a salt cave is basically, I believe, over 20,000 pounds, if I'm correct, of Himalayan salt that's actually been glued and placed and put into this little room. And you sit in these chairs and they pipe in beautiful music, all the airy-fairy music that I love. And it's just like soft lights, and it's this beautiful orange glow. And the room is incredible because you literally are breathing salt air.
That's cool.
And so it's truly healing because, salt produces tons of electrons. So that's why they have it.
Do you ever catch anybody licking the salt wall?
No, but I have tasted Himalayan salt.
Fair enough.
It tastes like salt. So anyway, so that's it. So you can go check out my events on my Facebook page. You can look for me at Rev Kevin Lee. That's REV Kevin Lee on Facebook, because my events are always there. You can check out my website, IamKevinLee.com. Super easy. I look forward to seeing you all there. I'm Kevin Lee, and let's queer up the USA News. Martin Luther King Jr.'s view on homosexuality, in Bayard Rustin's words. Today is the day that we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday here in the United States. Dr. King was celebrated as an activist who fought for universal justice and equality for all marginalized communities. One of his most famous quotes, frequently used by queer activists, is, quote, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, end quote. Notably, however, King never spoke about LGBTQ rights publicly. One of King's closest advisors and protest organizers, Bayard Rustin, was openly gay. Before his death in 1987, Bayard Rustin spoke about King's views in an interview saying, quote, "It is difficult for me to know what Dr. King felt about gayness, except to say that I'm sure that he would have been sympathetic and he would not have had a prejudicial view. Otherwise, he would not have hired me. He never felt it necessary to discuss that with me. He was under such extraordinary pressure about his own sex life. J. Edgar Hoover was spreading stories, and there were very real efforts to entrap him. I think at any given point he had to reach a decision. My being gay was not a problem for Dr. King, but a problem for the movement," end quote. Rustin goes on to explain that King was focused on the rights of racial minorities, and he was afraid that including clear rights in the conversation could have hurt the progress that they had made. Either way, the fight for equality championed by Dr. King continues to echo throughout the LGBTQ rights movement today. You know, I absolutely love that saying that opened this story, which was injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I think I have never heard that. And I think it's so I love poetry. Gregg, I know you write poetry. I think it was a beautiful, highly sophisticated way of speaking truth at a time when there was so much gross injustice. And I think he was a powerful man. I think he was a genius man, light years beyond his time. And this man's light was snuffed out, in my opinion, by those people who really feared his truth the most. And I feel like in my own life, when I've experienced what I will say broadly as the enemy, right, against my existence, when the enemy feels threatened enough, like being backed in a corner, they will lash out to defend their existence at the expense of everybody else. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing in our nation, especially in the political climate, in our state climate, and especially on a national level, where we have all of this lashing out with the, over 1,500 pieces of legislation put out there to really suppress and to dismiss and erase our rights as a queer community. And so truly injustice continues, and it's not a surprise, but I think it's a beautiful story of support. It may be unspoken support, but I still love the story.
Yeah, Rustin and Dr. King were an extraordinary team. I mean, when you think back to that time, I mean, many of the speeches that Rustin wrote,
yes,
I mean,
he did.
Legendary. But I mean, as for the rumors spread by Madam Hoover, it's obvious that psycho Stephen Miller, his STD cesspool wife, Katie, and the horrible Heritage Foundation, well, they just want to keep that spirit of hatred alive today. And they're coming after people, they're making up lies, just like Madam Hoover did.
I saw a great quote today on social media, and I believe it read, can you imagine being afraid of diversity and embracing a dictatorship? It's just, it was
powerful.
Like,
that's
quite powerful. Yeah.
I love these, I love some of these social medias on social media. I may not like social media, but I do appreciate the literary genius that these people come up with.
Yeah,
so
100%.
True.
I'm Chuck King, and let's queer up entertainment. Heated Rivalry star François Arnaud unfollows co-stars after online harassment. The hit HBO Heated Rivalry show has gotten the gay community obsessed with hockey like never before. The show tells the story of hockey rivals Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov as they navigate romantic tension combined with dealing with their teams. Recently, 25-year-old Connor Story, who plays Rozanov in the show, was seen with 40-year-old François Arnaud, who plays a veteran hockey player, Scott Hunter. While many were supportive of the suspected relationship, some fans were upset by the age gap between the two adults. Arnaud's social media was flooded with negative comments, leading him to unfollow nearly all of the people he had previously been following on Instagram, including his co-stars. In an interview with the Toronto Star, Arnaud said, quote, "What's happening is that I'm unfollowing everyone, and Instagram won't let me do it all at once. You can only unfollow a certain amount of people over the 24 hours, which I did not know at the time," end quote. He also posted a picture of himself flipping off a camera, which led many to believe he was responding to the fans who were posting negative comments. When asked about the connection, he said, quote, "It's completely unrelated to that. I mean, completely maybe a little lie, but mostly unrelated to that. I've done these spot the differences posts for a long time, and I just thought it was nice thing to do something with Hudson, and that's it." So I don't know if you guys have seen the show. Have you seen the show?
Yes.
I mean,
All
after
6 episodes.
Yes.
it's so hot, and I wanted to suck on a hockey puck after the first
it pop your
episode.
popcorn?
Oh my god, it was super hot. I mean, I'm really into that whole rough housing
I love it.
kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, but it just shows that social media is a good example of that old adage, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And then, unfortunately, many of these people just feel like the need to share their unwelcome, uninteresting opinions. Just shut up. Shut up and let people live their lives. And my heart really does go out to François. I mean, he's really going through a rough...
This is a kind of a crazy story. As much as I don't care for social media, I have to be on social media all the time. But you know what? Social media, all of this stuff is really smoke and mirrors, in my opinion. And there's so much falsity, and there's no reality in social media. A lot of it's so manipulated. I've been on TV platforms. I've been on radio where things that I've said. I've even been in the Wall Street Journal where things that I said about my company and my business was manipulated by the journalist and made me come across totally opposite of what I said. And it's happened to friends of mine as well. And so I don't trust a lot of the media platforms for telling the truth, except for Queer News Tonight.
Yes.
Except for this one. And let me tell you, I think that when people believe that this stuff on social media is real,
Right.
it's like they've drank the Kool-Aid. This stuff is not all real.
No.
It is not reality. It is a fabrication to get our attention. We're the commodity.
Of course.
So we're the ones who are spending time on these platforms, which is doing what? It's allowing ad spend to generate dollars for
course.
these
That's what it's all about,
corporations.
yes.
We are the commodity. We are the little item or the product on the shelf in Shopify. We're being monetized.
Just ask Mark Zuckerberg.
And so, exactly.
Right.
And
It's all
so,
about-
so if they can make money and keep our attention on
Yeah.
the platform, they'll do everything they can to boost that algorithm so that all of these kind of stories rank high.
Which includes lying and,
They need to get a lot.
and hurting people.
Right.
Yeah.
well, case in point, I mean, the world's biggest narcissistic manipulator, Trump,
Yes,
and his
that's
platform is called Truth.
Yeah. Untrue.
You know.
untruth.
I'm Gregg Shapiro, and let's clear up the worldview. After EU ruling, Poland set to change documents regarding marriage. The anti-LGBTQ policies of some of the members of the European Union led to the EU's Court of Justice ruling in November that all EU countries must register same-sex unions even if they are performed abroad. In Poland, where same-sex marriages remain illegal, changes are being made to bring the country into compliance. The centrist coalition government in Warsaw announced on Friday that they would be making changes to civil union documents such as marriage certificates to use gender-neutral language. The digital ministry announced on their website that the terms man and woman would be replaced with phrases such as first spouse and second spouse. Poland's digital minister, Krzysztof Koskowski, said, quote, "Today I signed the documents that start the process of changing the templates of civil status records so that the state operates efficiently and equally towards all citizens. The CJEU's judgment is not a matter of ideology. It is a legal obligation that Poland must comply with," end quote. The case ruled on by the CJEU was initiated in 2018 by two gay men who were married in Berlin and tried to register with the government when they returned home to Poland. Well, let me just tell you, this is that rare occasion when I'm unashamed to say that I'm 1/4 Polish. So thank you, Poland, for stepping up and coming into this century.
I love this story because I love the fact that they're talking about individual spouses as first, what do they call it? First spouse, second spouse. Like, how genius is that? I don't think I've heard that.
Right.
I really love that. And I love how the EU, just in general, is no longer allowing, but rewarding bad behavior. And so they're making it mandatory to all of their member states. So brilliant. Props to them.
Well, let's just see if Hungary participates.
Yeah, true. True. Absolutely. And, what I want to say also is bravo to the two Polish men in this story, because without those two individuals, it just goes to show that one or two people in the world can make a massive difference. Right. And I say that all the time. One candle can start a bonfire. It can light a flame that literally burns around the world. And so I really celebrate those two individuals. LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up drag culture. Feud between Tyra Sanchez and RuPaul escalates on social media. The long-standing fight between James Ross, also known as Drag Race Season 2 winner Tyra Sanchez, continued to escalate last week on social media. Starting last Monday, Ross began doxing celebrities involved in the show. He posted personal cell phone numbers for RuPaul, Michelle Visage, and rapper Soulja Boy. He also claimed that RuPaul touched him inappropriately. This weekend, he announced a lawsuit against RuPaul and World of Wonder before posting the home address of Morgan McMichaels. RuPaul famously performed at Bill's Filling Station in Wilton Manors, now the Eagle, calling the town one of the best gay communities in the country. Michelle Visage also has South Florida connections, having been the Speaker of Honor during the 2012 World AIDS Day March in Wilton Manors. Let me tell you, this word doxing was new for me. I must be the young one here today because I don't know what the heck all this stuff is. But doxing basically means, Google told me, it means sharing somebody's personal information online with the intent to harm. So it's done with maliciousness, right? And so I think it's totally immature, highly immature, really. I think it's irresponsible. It shows that the person is spiritually, emotionally immature. And also it's dangerous behavior. Who does this kind of stuff? And supposedly this is becoming a class action lawsuit. I know from my little stint in legal nursing that courts require about 40 claimants to bring a case before a court. So I don't think that Ross is going to be finding 40 claimants, but we'll see what happens with this story. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anything, it just ruins the reputation of the person that shared all that private information.
Right.
So it doesn't really harm the other individuals. You just got to change your phone number. But how stupid.
Right.
Well, apparently hell hath no fury like a drag queen or former drag queen scorned.
Well, it's all smoke and no fire. That's what I think. I don't think there's anything that's going to come of this. We shall see, though.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Transinclusive Group hosts a community game night fundraiser. Transinclusive Group will be hosting a special game night fundraiser for the Florida AIDS Walk team on January 23rd at 7 p.m. Admission to the event includes 1 free drink and 1 meal. The event is being hosted at the Pride Center at Equality Park. You can get your tickets or donate at transinclusivegroup.org/events. It's great to see this. My partner and I have recently tried some of those new underground games.
Right.
We watched that documentary Hobby, if you've seen it on Prime or Netflix or something. And it's all these there's a whole new world of gaming, and it's all board games. But there's a game called Terraforming Mars.
Okay.
And there's we bought this game that's called oh my gosh, it's the cathedral in Spain.
Oh wow!
The
Familia de Sagrada.
Sagrada, yeah. The game is called Sagrada, and you're actually building the stained glass windows.
Oh my God!
It's really cool.
Super
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I've been there.
I've been totally just enamored by all this whole new gaming world that I never knew existed.
Yeah, there's a lot more than Uno and Yahtzee and things out there. Things have changed.
Yes.
I love this group. I love Transinclusive. I love that they're typically focused on people of color, right, for the trans community, but also they're open to others as well, to everyone. They're a great organization, and I also know that they do a lot of things like housing support. I know they do HIV services. I know they do name and gender support change. I know that they work with in medical and psychological support. There's actually quite a few services. I think about 12 different service programs within the organization. They're doing a lot. I love that they're holding it at the Pride Center. It supports yet another business in our community at a time when our Pride Center needs the support as well.
Yeah,
so great on them.
Yeah.
Well, I'd play, but I'm a game board flipping sore loser, and no one should have to witness that.
I will not play Monopoly with you ever.
Don't. If you value your life, yes.
All right, so no Monopoly flying around here.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up the USA View. River City Casino and Hotel accused of transphobia ahead of Pride St. Louis event. A prominent sponsor of Pride St. Louis has been accused of misgendering a transgender performer ahead of an upcoming Pride event. Transgender man, former South Florida resident, and drag king Liam Chambers, partner of drag king Prince Trilla, recounted their experience at the River City Casino and Hotel on Facebook over the weekend. Chambers claims that after being at the casino, the staff continued to misgender him while trying to cash out vouchers. His post on Facebook reads, quote, "Wow, very disrespectful, River City Casino, very transphobic, shaking my head. After correcting them, they keep calling me she, telling me it doesn't matter, etc." End quote. Queer News Tonight has confirmed with Chambers that the casino has apologized profusely and the offending employee is no longer with the casino. The River City Casino is set to host Pride St. Louis's Pantheon of Pride pageant on April 26th. Well, no one should be subjected to that kind of disrespect. I mean, that's unbelievable. Yeah. And at least the River City Casino did the right thing by apologizing, not just apologizing, but apologizing profusely and sending the offending employee packing.
Yeah, that was great. It's really good to see these stories when this happens, because it's the only way to handle that situation. And of course, the apology.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And I noticed that this was one offending employee. This I've been in places, I think we all have, where there's just one person, like a wormy apple, the rotten tomato.
Yeah.
But one rotten tomato does not make a business transphobic.
No.
And I really give props in this story to I believe it's the River City Casino, because they took action. They made a very public statement. They said what they did to the employee, and I just really commend them for.
Well, because they're also hosting that event.
Absolutely.
So they did the right thing for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. These are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight. Our anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ family.
If your community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Don't forget to join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform. Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines.
We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, Kevin Lee, and I thank you for joining us on behalf of my fellow LGBTQ anchors here at Queer News Tonight, Chuck King and Gregg Shapiro. We'll see you daily at 8 p.m. To our LGBTQ plus world, we wish you a good night.